React with all your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine, like a never-ending call. Watch them arise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticize is the light. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands so free, like a storm upon the sea. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Scars light up the hall. I will say it all. Quest, react, review, criticize. Quest. React, review. Criticize. Quest. React with all your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine, like a never-ending call. Watch them arise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticize is the light. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands so free, like a storm upon the sea. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Scars light up the hall. I will say it all. Quest, react, review, criticize. Quest. React, review. Criticize.
Yeah, I had the microphone muted. I had the microphone muted. What an idiot. Okay, it's been a while, so there's some issues. But yeah, hope you can hear me now. Can you confirm that, David? Because hopefully it's working now. So now I have to say what I was saying about before. Okay. So what do you guys think of the music for the intro? I thought I'd add something for the live streams. So yeah, I've got a couple of others as well. Got one for the ending, and also if I take a break, there is going to be another one. But great, you can hear me now. Okay. Typical. Just trying to confirm that it is set to subscribers only. Trying to remember how to. Ah, there we go. It wasn't. It wasn't checked. There we go. Now it's in subscriber only. Right. So we. Yeah, I can hear it now. I just tested it. Just making sure. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Ironheart, and I'm going to compare it to some of the other IP owned by Disney. This isn't an anti-Disney live stream at all, but cameras moved. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Ironheart because I mean they waited what, a year, 2 years for this. But if you haven't already, please do subscribe and like this video if you want to see more like it. Really trying hard. It doesn't cost you anything. But if you do choose to support the channel, there is pinned to the top. We have a link to my Streamlabs tipping page, as well as my store. Where you get some nice t-shirt like this, some mugs, among other things. But yeah, hopefully you can check it out if you if you're interested. But yeah, we're going to be talking about this because we're going to take a look at the budget for Ironheart according to Google. So this is just the AI overview on Google. I'm not going to go into too much detail like fish out articles for stuff that I'm not really interested in. But I just thought you guys might want to see. So we're going to switch over. So yeah, this is the first one, right? So Ironheart, the series budget between 100 and 150 million dollars. Now I'm assuming that it's actually going to be more than that because we do have a lot of them. But bear in mind, it's 100 to 150 million for 6 episodes. 6 episodes of a show that they knew people wouldn't accept very much. Oh well, wouldn't be willing to accept graciously. Let's just put it that way, because it was not a particularly good story, and the concept itself, interesting concept, just poorly written as usual for what we get from Disney owned stuff. But now we've seen that, so it's 100 to 150 million. It's going to be more. Hey, modest traveler, how you doing, buddy? And I think I said hello, David, when I was muted. But yeah, so hopefully it's all sorted. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the ratings. I'm going to go switch between IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes here because I think it's pretty important. So let's go IMDb. The rating is for Ironheart 4.2. 4.2. So it hasn't moved since yesterday with 44,000 people rating it. That's not good. That's not a good sign, right? Now I don't. If you've followed my channel, you would probably know that I don't really like. I don't really like the rating system the way it is because a lot of the time for a good show, there are not enough people actually rating them, so the ratings end up being lower than they should be for a good show or a good movie. But when it's a bad one, then people love to bitch about it. But yeah, so a 4.2 out of 10 rating. I haven't rated it because I don't rate things like that because it's just an impossible thing to go into. But when you look at the breakdown, 16.5% gave it a 10. 47.6% gave it a 1. It's incredible. They should have made season 2 of Skeleton Crew. Exactly. I'm actually going to be talking about Skeleton Crew soon as well, because it's part of the comparison. Because it's my opinion that Skeleton Crew did not get the following it deserved. I think Skeleton Crew was probably one of the better Star Wars shows that we've had out of Disney. But we're going to be comparing that as well. I'm going to be showing the ratings and stuff for that as well, including the budget. But we're going to move on to the Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes have put it at an 82%, with a popcorn meter of 50. Now here's the thing about Rotten Tomatoes. Whenever it's something to do with Disney, hey the Stanleys, how you doing? The thing about Rotten Tomatoes is they like to shill when it comes to a lot of Disney stuff, especially if it's a terrible thing. So when you got this, like saying 82% tomato meter and then 50% popcorn meter, can we still see the audience score? The popcorn meter is the audience score. I mean, I'm being an idiot, pretty sure. But it's just interesting to see, what Rotten Tomatoes says, because obviously they get paid. They get paid to put it. I mean, because you got 103 reviews saying that it's at 82%, and then you got over 5,000 ratings putting it at 50. It doesn't make any sense. Not in my opinion. It's just my opinion. And anything I say in my videos or live streams, it is my opinion, and these are my thoughts. These are based on my own feelings of it. So we're going to look at. So when we see the budget at 100 to 150 million for Ironheart, I just think it seems low for one that's based heavily on CGI. It just doesn't make sense, especially when you look at, here we go, the Acolyte, for instance, $230.1 million. And we know how bad that was. That was an absolutely terrible show. I think I reviewed as much of it as I could. But yeah, they're just throwing money at bad shit. But the thing about Acolyte is there's nothing that shows where it went other than the CGI and the cast. There's no, it didn't, obviously the money did not go towards writing because it was terrible. But when we look at the ratings for that on IMDb, it's 4.2. And it's very similar at 42.2%, give it a 1 star. It's very similar to Ironheart, isn't it? 47.6. It's very close considering. Especially when you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, which shows us that is 79% tomato meter and 19% popcorn meter. So the acting was bad, and it was terrible. It was absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. I mean, they should never have made that show. They should never have released it like that, especially when you think that there were some movies for Marvel, I think, and some of the Star Wars movies did actually have some good scenes, but then when they took it back to reshoot, they ended up changing the scenes that were good, and they just ended up being terrible. But I'm not even going to mention anything else other than the Disney stuff in this section of the stream. But yeah, we're going to move to another one which was bad, but a little bit better. Ms. Marvel, a little bit better. I mean, I remember the girl's name now for some reason. Her real name, her real name. She's actually, to me, she seems like a very good actor anyway. But it's 150 million. They didn't say between 100 and 150 million. It says 150 million. So they're clear on that. And this one actually compares it to She-Hulk, which had 225 million. But if I remember correctly, they actually had more than that. But I mean, I can't be sure. I haven't even heard of this show. Which show's that? The Acolyte or Ms. Marvel? Which show? Um, was it Brie Larson? Ms. Marvel? No, that was Captain Marvel. Ms. Marvel was the TV series where there was a character who had a thing for Captain Marvel, and she just took the name, basically appropriated the name, as they say. But yeah, we'll see that 150 million for Ms. Marvel, and then the IMDb ratings 6.2. The Ms. Marvel show was exactly the Ms. Marvel show was okay. Actually, didn't mind the Marvels movie. The Marvels is one of those ones that actually went for reshoots, and I think actually ended up being worse than the original cuts. But the Marvels actually, I hate how they portrayed um, Nick Fury. I hate how they portrayed Fury in that. Um, if it wasn't for that, it would have been a hell of a lot better, in my opinion. This is my opinion. My opinion. Um, you'll watch it for sure. Uh, now, Miss Marvel, they don't advertise this stuff properly. Um, well, I think they do, but they just don't advertise it in the way that we view it. I mean, we see stuff. I mean, they still put things on billboards and stuff like that. But I think Ms. Marvel, there was a lack of global advertising. Let's put it that way. Disney Lucasfilm needs to keep a tighter grip on the purse strings. Yeah, exactly. The problem is they use so much. No, let's get rid of this for a second. They use such a large part of their budget on the CGI specifically. Iman Vellani. There we go. I think she's actually a very. I think she has potential to be a really really good actor when as she grows. Um, let me know. What do you think? Do you think she was good? She's a good actor. Oh, I think she's a good actor or actress. I prefer to say actress. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of a delay. I don't know what's causing it. There's a little bit of a lag between on the video. There's no reason for it, so there's nothing I can do about that. Um, but as you're saying, the CGI budget is so high that the CGI companies they do not have to put as much attention into the quality of the CGI because they're getting so much work. So back in the day, there were so few people, so few companies doing the CGI. They had to compete with each other, so they would actually ask for less money for better quality work. The problem is the supply and demand has changed, whereas there's so much supply towards the demand. So the supply, the ability to supply the CGI has overwhelmed the demand for the CGI. If that makes any sense, I don't know if that makes any sense. Take Lucasfilm for instance. Before Disney bought it, they had Disney Arts. Disney Arts used to do some of the CGI for Star Wars, didn't they? So, mm, I mean, the Star Wars they basically invented modern techniques along with others. So we have to thank Star Wars and Star Trek and other shows and franchises. Never heard of it. No, exactly. but it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. But I do think that the budget is so high because of the CGI that the companies just don't care about the quality that they create for it. Because they end up signing a contract, especially with one that works with Disney. I think they sign a contract which guarantees like Marvel will go to them and any other Disney IP will go to them for the CGI. That's what I think as well. That's what I think. I think it's like they've monopolized the CGI in such a way. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was looking at these ratings the other day. I was going to go live yesterday with this, but I thought, I'll wait until tomorrow because I had a knock on the door yesterday and it kind of messed up my schedule. But yeah, that's what I think. Um, but Let's go back to the comparing these, because when you look at Miss Marvel, whatever, Miss Marvel at 6.2 rating, I think it deserved it, but I still think it's a little bit high for the show because it wasn't brilliant, it wasn't outstanding enough to be above 5 for me. But I have a different rating system. This is why I don't like these types of thing. But it's interesting to compare them, especially when you bring Miss Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes at 98% tomato meter, 80% on the popcorn meter. It shows how different these numbers are. Because if I go back to the Acolyte, the tomato meter is always at a high level for comparison, because they've bought it out. See, 79, Miss Marvel 98. I mean, there are several of those that would be actually acceptable. They would be believable to be right. But when you bring in something like Skeleton Crew, now with Skeleton Crew, I don't think she's done anything outside of Marvel. I don't think she has, at least not yet. But you got to wonder, what contract does she have? Because I know Disney, they like to have cast members sign a contract to say they have to be in a certain amount of their stuff, like a certain amount of movies, a certain amount of hours in a show, even if it's not directly related. I'll have a look at that in a little while, because it'll be good to see. So let's have a look now, actually. So let's get Ms. Marvel back. Right, let's have a look. Iman Vellani. Right, let's have a look. Animal Farm. She was a voice in Animal Farm. She was in the Marvels. A video of Avengers Quantum Encounter and Ms. Marvel. So what? She's got 5 things upcoming. Upcoming, she has Mouse, Shiver, Champions, Avengers Secret Wars. So we're going to have Ms. Marvel in Secret Wars. Rumored, and in Marvel Zombies. Oh, great! There's going to be some more zombies coming out. Great fun, great fun, absolutely marvelous. Uh, Interesting. Huh. Interesting how the ratings thing has disappeared. That's surprising. Ah, I know why. I know why. Let's go back. There we go. Because it was her, not the show. There we go. Let's bring that back up, just for future reference. All right, so let's move on to Skeleton Crew. I mean, if you look at the comparisons, Skeleton Crew was said to have had a budget of around 136 million. 136 million. That's the reported budget. It's going to be higher than that. I mean, it's going to be high. It's going to be high. With an average estimate of 17 million per episode. But that's the thing. See, it's got pretty much a lower budget, but it was a better show. It was better written, better acted, and well received in comparison to these other shows. And it shows in the rating system that IMDb has it at 7.1. 7.1, in my opinion, especially for IMDb ratings, is an outstanding one. I mean, nothing good is under 7 normally. But obviously, Ms. Marvel 6.2, but it still had bad writing. So, I mean, Skeleton Crew. I thought Skeleton Crew was a pretty good Star Wars universe show, and it deserved a hell of a lot better than it got. I mean, you look at these. Look at these numbers. How many gave it a 1 star? 3.8%, 1 star, 1.4, 2 stars, 6 stars, 12.6%, 7 stars, 26.8, mean, look at the numbers. Don't really lie, do they? Not for IMDb, apparently. I know. I actually know. I've actually got a friend. Right, I've actually got a friend who will not watch something unless it's over 7.5% on IMDb. I keep saying to him, it's missing out on a bunch of stuff because there's a lot of stuff that are above 5%, which is actually really good. It's just, people haven't given it the attention it deserves. I mean, if something's terrible, people will come out of the cinema, come out of the theater, step away from their TV, and they will write terrible things about it. They'll come out and they'll say it's a really bad movie, it was a really bad show. But if it's good, they don't tend to really do that. So when we come to the Skeleton Crew, there's a 92% tomato and 79% popcorn, which I'm sure you should be able to still see the audience score. I mean, that used to be the audience score. I don't know if it still does. All audience. Wow. I mean, yes, I know it says it's fresh, but a lot of the time, because it's owned by Disney, they pay for the high percentage for the tomato meter. They don't want it to be rotten, so they pay to not have it rotten, which is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous idea. Especially if I showed you what I'm looking at, because you've got the 7.1%. There's the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Even if sometimes they're fudged, they're not like these are not lying numbers when you compare it to the Miss Marvel, right? And then the Acolyte, Ironheart. It's just I think the numbers show it. The numbers show how that they keep doing it. They keep doing the same thing, and it's the same. I bet it's the same people giving it the higher numbers because they're paid to do it. What did Mandalorian get? Mandalorian. Interesting. Yeah, let's have a look. Okay. So that's an 8.6. But I think that's the entire show. The entire show got 8.6. And when you look at these numbers, let's go on Rotten Tomatoes, The Mandalorian. Doesn't come up unless you put the L. Interesting. 90 point thing. Is that the show? Is that the over the entire show? I think that's the entire show. Yeah. So an IMDb. I mean 8.6. I mean that says something, doesn't it? For IMDb. I mean I liked Mandalorian up until the final the season 3. Is it season 3? Yeah. Season 3 was terrible. No. It's had a lot of seasons. Yes, exactly. But I mean, 8.6 that's built up over the years that we've had it. Whereas Skeleton Crew had only had one season, so it's ridiculous. Hmm. Yes, it has. Which is a shame. I think there's a problem with, especially when it comes to Skeleton Crew. Get back to Skeleton Crew. There were people coming out and they were saying that they were criticizing Skeleton Crew long before it was released. Long before it was released, as soon as it was announced, people were like, "Oh, it's going to be another one of those shows." And then Acolyte came out, and it's like, "Oh, Skeleton Crew is going to be terrible." Blah blah blah. There was a tax issue with Skeleton Crew when it was filmed in the UK. They filed the wrong paperwork, and that actually caused them to delay release. Oh no, wait, was that? I think yeah, that was Skeleton Crew because I think Skeleton Crew was supposed to come out before the Acolyte originally. but with the tax problem that they had in the UK, where they filed the wrong paperwork, the British government took over and said, "Look, either you sort it out, or we will not release the rights to it, because obviously they have to pay the taxes in the UK to get it back. I mean, they get a huge percentage back. So I'm wondering if they fudged the paperwork to try and steal money from the British taxpayers. Although it's not technically the taxpayers, they pay the tax and then they get the rebate. So it's their own money that's gone towards it. So they just get a certain amount back from what they've already spent. So it's not like the British government is literally just giving them, our money because we pay the taxes. Did you hear Skeleton? They might. Yeah, Skeleton Crew movie. It's possible. I mean, if I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but back a few years back, I think they were saying that they want all the shows. That's Mandalorian, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka. They were all supposed to accumulate into one movie, a final movie. And I think the original plan was to have them all join forces to face off against um, Admiral Thrawn, to say it right. The Grand Admiral Thrawn. But that's what I think. That's what they originally planned to do. Because I think that's what also they were going to make that TV series Rogue Squadron, weren't they? Where they were going to have the Rogue Squadron with Reg Antilles. I think that was supposed to lead into it as well. Yeah, the Mandoverse. Yeah, exactly the Sammys. The Mandoverse. Precisely. Absolutely. Which I think would have been strange because I reckon that movie would have ended up with an ending where it would actually lead the Imperial Remnant to become the First Order, just to lead into the sequels. Um, Speaking of the sequels, I mean, a lot of people speak out saying that Daisy Ridley was terrible in Star Wars. But I mean, I don't blame Daisy Ridley. I've never blamed Daisy Ridley. I mean, she's just doing what they want her to do, right? I mean, the drawback is that she chose to accept a role in a franchise that can be unforgiving if it gets screwed up. Was it going to be Admiral Thrawn and the space whales? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, I certainly wouldn't be surprised at all. Um, but I mean, it's like we're gonna get Ahsoka season 2, right? I think that's still in the cards. I'll do a quick search actually and see if it is. Um, I'm pretty sure that Ahsoka season 2 is still in the works. Uh, People are asking questions. You know how the asking questions part is. Someone has asked, is Natalie Portman going to in Ahsoka season 2? Well, technically, I mean, yes, she can be, but she wouldn't be Amidala, would she? Uh, she certainly wouldn't be Padme, because Padme's already dead. Anyway, Ahsoka season 2. It does look like it. Uh, I'm just looking for a confirmation myself. I mean, Ahsoka was a better show as well. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like we're getting season 2 next year, so I'm pretty much confirmed that. Probably late next year. I don't think it'll be early. Why do you say that? It could be late spring. I don't know. I don't know when they plan to release it. Do a search actually. Um, let's see if they got if anyone's got any idea of when. In the fall, so yeah, it'll be late next year. It'll be late next year. But yeah, so interesting. So I don't know if there's any new trailers for me to look at. Does anyone know if there's any trailers that I can take a look at? Because I haven't watched any new trailers for a while. Um, so possibly I can check out a couple of them. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know what you guys think. What do you think? You know, which of the current Star Wars shows is the best? I mean, I'd have to say that Mando is still up there despite season three. Probably hit seconded by Skeleton Crew was number two, and then Ahsoka maybe season three. Maybe Ahsoka is number in third place. Um, the Running Man and Project Hail Mary. I actually watched the trailer for Hail Mary. I was going to do a video on it, but I decided not to. But I mean, I can take a look at it now. I can take a look at it again with you guys if you want. Um, Andor. Andor season two was a hell of a lot better than season one. I'll tell you that. You can see where they broke it down because I think every single segment with the years between, with a year between, that each one was supposed to be a different season because they were originally planning on 5 seasons, weren't they? But I think it's obvious that when they break it down into two episode sections and then move, a year later, I mean, it was obvious that that's how they were supposed to do it, but they compressed it all into one season, which meant we didn't have the filler, which is what annoyed me about season one. There was so much filler where nothing happened in season one. Yeah, a lot of people say that Andor was epic. Andor season two was a. This is why. I mean, Andor season two had no filler in it because they took it all out to compress 4 seasons into one. But season one had a lot of filler in the middle. You can't say it didn't because all that stuff. But how long does it take them to in season two to get from one place to another? Not that long, and that's when they're on a planet. I mean, the first 2 episodes of season two, it kind of dragged out, but then later, as it got on, it started moving, it started gaining pace, and then it ended. I think it should have ended with with the scene from the beginning of Rogue One. That's what I think. I think they should have done that where he is, going into the alley to meet what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he goes into the alley and ends up having to kill the guy and kill and the stormtrooper. Right? I think that would have been a lot better to end it there and fading off, so that we know where it's that it's literally linking into it. Second half, yeah, exactly. The second half was brilliant of season two. It's the best that we had, but the problem is, um, that's season two is what would put Andor in. I'd say fourth place in my list for the better Star Wars shows. That's for sure. Uh, Project. Hail Mary, isn't it? Yeah, 2 minutes 59 seconds. Amazon MGM Studios. Because this is with Amazon, we'll pause it. Wait, pause. Thank you. Bloody thing. Switch this up now. Present. Window capture. Where are you? No. Nope, that's not the one. Don't know why I've got that open. There we go. Why have I got that open? Interesting. That's right. There's something open that I don't want. I shouldn't have open for something. Oh, yeah, it's that stream. Okay, that's fine. So, just a bit confused there for a second. But yeah, I agree that the second half was brilliant. I'll agree with that. Season 2 of second half was brilliant. The lead up, the bit with the what they say the Avenger fighter. Now I know what the Avenger fighter looks like, and it doesn't look like that. There are differences. There's a problem with it. I think I mentioned that in my. Did I do a reaction to the first 2 episodes? I can't remember. I think I did. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Right, so let's take a look at this trailer. He's upside down. Why is he upside down? I think I need to unmute my desktop now. Let's bring it down to 50%, just to don't blow your eardrums. 50%. Keep it up. I've got my TV down anyway. You shouldn't have any echo. Right, so let's take a look at this trailer. And see. It's got 95,000 likes, but you can't see the dislikes. Can't see the dislikes. Hmm. Hmm. Wait, does that mean that the plugin that I use isn't working? Let me just check the plugin, because I've got a plugin that allows me to see the dislikes. Does that mean it's been deactivated? No. Hmm. Interesting. The plugin is missing. I had a plugin that allowed you to see the dislikes regardless, but oh well. You should watch a TV show twice a week. If there was any good TV shows to watch twice a week, I would. I am actually looking forward to was it Dexter Reborn? I'm looking forward to that. I'll do videos on Dexter Reborn. Um, like streaming too. Like streaming. Okay. Um, hmm. Like watch all the Stargates again online. That's a lot. That's a lot of time though. I mean, if I was to do like um, say I was going to do like watch parties like I did before, where I was watching a different franchise movie 3 times a week. So I was watching Star Trek on Monday. And I think Friday I was doing something different. Build my audience. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, so I haven't been able to be as present online as possible as I was before. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I am getting there. I mean, look at me now. I'm back live. No problem. No problem. Except a little bit of lag between me saying something in the video. It's like 1 millisecond or something stupid like that. But yeah, I'm on the road. I'm on the road to 250 subs. I've got 243 now, I believe. Yep, I can see it right on the screen. There we go, 243. Which it's outstanding. I mean, I gained a new subscriber the other day for my the return of Brian O'Connor. Not Brian O'Connor. It was the return of Brian in Fast and Furious, and how it's not a good idea because I mean, carrying on the way they have, it would be disrespectful to his memory, in my opinion. And it's fan baiting, right? Because Fast and Furious was an incredible set of movies until Paul Walker died. Unfortunately, um, it's a shame because I think ever since Paul Walker died and we couldn't have Brian again, I think that is why there's not so much of a following for the fast films beyond that point. In my opinion, they were so much better before that now it's just another fast film, isn't it? It's not Fast and Furious anymore. It's just Fast. It's like we're getting Fast 11 now. It's like not Fast X Part 2, Fast 11. It's like they don't even remember where they were in title system. Whatever happened to the Star Trek game you were streaming? Well, if you remember when I streamed it, it froze on screen. That's basically down to the fact that my system couldn't handle running that game and the live stream at the same time. Um, I still need a new computer, um, which is the main reason why I've got the support. Uh, Bloody microphone. Why I've got the support the channel pinned to the top, because I mean I'm struggling to save the money essentially, which is annoying. Because I'm going to be starting a new gaming channel. The channel is all set up, but the problem is I don't have the system set up in order to actually get it going. But I mean, it's entirely up to anyone who decides to make a donation or even just buy something in the store. It doesn't have to be much. A sticker, a sticker in the store. It's up to you. What is the spec I'm looking for? Ideally, I want it future proof, which means that I can get one with a. I mean, it's the graphics card. It's the GPU that you need, and I need at least a 3060. I think it's a 3060, which I can then later replace with a 4060 or something. You know, it's just I just need something to get started. Because I want to do. I've wanted to play Helldivers, but I just can't manage. I can't handle it. I want to start doing role play in GTA 5 before 6 comes out, which was supposed to. It's funny about GTA 6 that was supposed to come out this year, but they delayed it because of issues. Would it not be cheaper with a console? Yeah, it would. But the plan I have, um, I will be live streaming a role play server for GTA as well as live streaming other games. And the system, I need a system that can just cope with playing the game and the streaming. I mean, I could easily go out and get myself a capture card for this, but then I will only be able to capture my PS4 because that's the only console I have. Whereas on the PC, there are so many more games and stuff to choose from, you know? Um, and it would be cheaper, but I would still need the capture card, wouldn't I? Because it'll be a lot easier to stream it. Um, it's just the ones I have right now. I have a stupid little NVIDIA GeForce. I think it's a 730. I mean, it's like over 20 years old or something stupid like that. It's crazy. And the PC I've got is just a refurbished office PC, um, which is I think it's a Dell. It's a refurbished Dell. It's just a silly. It was just a cheap one at the time because the PC I had, which was similar but lower spec than this one, it just blew up. Well, it didn't just blow up. This one had an SSD in it, which was outstanding for the first few days until that fried, because it was refurbished really really cheaply. I think it was like 200 and I think it was like £200. It was under £200, I think, and I was on the budget. But yeah, it would be cheaper on a console. But thank you, Steve.
Here you go. Don't spend it on frivolities. Winking face emoji.
I won't. I won't. Any little helps towards improving my setup. Because I mean, any game that I can play on a console is better on a PC. Because with a console, you're limited with what you can do, whereas with a PC, take GTA 5 for instance. On a console, I can play that on my PS4. But the idea is, I want to join a role play server, um, and I can't join a role play server playing on a console. Because I mean, the gaming channel is going to be set up specifically for games. I'm not going to be talking about anything else. I mean, this is my main channel, obviously, but you know, I'm not going to stop making things for this channel at all. I mean, I'm going to continue. It's just there are times when I want to stream a game, but I cannot. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Um, the moment I mean, even if I'm able to get a capture card, just a capture card to capture from the PlayStation onto the console onto the PC easier, then the console is taking up all the work. Whereas if I play the game on the PC, it just doesn't have the guts, basically. I do actually have a few options for the setup, and they're not expensive. They're not hugely expensive. I mean, the reason I want to go for a 3060, is it a 3060? I think yeah. The reason I want to go for a 3060 is because it's like a couple of £100 cheaper than the 4060 would be to have it and installed in a PC. Obviously, this includes the box, the PC, the entire thing is pre-built with a 3060, but I can replace a 3060 later on with a 4060 when I need to, and maybe even further down the line, was it a 5090? I think is 5090 the highest one that Nvidia have at the moment? I can't remember. I think it's the 5090, isn't it? Now that's incredible. I mean, that's over £1,000. That's well over £1,000 just for that GPU, which is not. Name for the gaming channel. Yeah, I do have a name for the gaming channel. It's actually. Let me just get this thing, and I will post the link to it. Just a second in the chat. Come on. See, even now it's a bit slow. Got too many windows open. Right. Go to my channel. Yeah. So yeah, here we go. This is the ID, and I will post the link as well. Second. I don't know if you'll be able. Can you click on that? You should be able to click on that, shouldn't you? Should be pretty easy. Yeah. So it's Quest G30 basically. I wanted to go just Quest Gaming, but apparently that was taken up. So yeah, I had to go with the G30, which it doesn't sound too bad actually, and I've got a nice little logo set up for it, which is good. But exactly 2400 for a 5090. It's incredible, isn't it? This guy will accept 300 eBay item number. Um, hmm. I'll just check this. Okay. G-Force RTX 3060 12 GB. Yeah, I'll have to look into this. I mean, obviously, there's going to be places where you can get them cheaper and get a better deal. Yeah, I get that, Modest. Yeah, I get it. It's just fishing around, looking. It's. Oh wait, hold on. Have I frozen? Have I frozen? Have I frozen? No, I don't think I've frozen. Exactly, David. Your son's costs 2.5 grand. This is incredible, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people will keep saying, "Oh, consoles are far better than PCs," but the problem is PCs give you better options. You can't install. Well, it's not exactly easy to install a mod onto a console. Whereas part of playing games, especially on PC, is to have mods. They modify it to improve the experience, right? You saw a 1080 Ti PC sell for £100 2 days ago. Seriously? You know a way I could play all those games. Okay. Have I heard of Nvidia Live? I have heard of it. I also have to think about my broadband because the highest broadband I can get is what I've got, and it's nowhere near 100. It's like it goes up to 72 megabytes a second. That's the highest that I get. That's my peak. Normally it's at about 64 megabytes a second, which is crazy as well. Um, but that doesn't affect much. My ping is actually extremely low, which is good apparently. Apparently that is good. No, you don't need fast internet. But I think that it's the upload speed that's more important with gaming, though, isn't it? It's like the upload rate. I have a 17 megabyte a second upload rate, which, if I play a game online, should improve the ping. It is frustrating that I've got fiber optic, and at the same time, I have a deal through my provider that the moment 100 megabytes a second broadband is available, I get automatically upgraded to it. For no extra cost. Nugget, what do you do? Okay, I'm going to have to play a break, go and have a break. So I'm just going to switch you over to. You can try it for free. Yeah. I'll be back shortly. I've got to go and deal with the cat. It's just jumped up on the desk. So I'll be back shortly.
I'll be back before too long. Gonna find where I belong. Taking time to heal my soul till the pieces make me whole. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean. I'll be standing strong and true, facing skies of brightest blue. Every storm I will push through. I'll be back to shine with you. Days go by like passing trains, washing down the past like rain, building up what time has slain, stronger from the joy and pain. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean.
I need to sort that out. I need to remember to unmute the microphone. I'm not the only streamer that has that problem. There are tons of streamers that have that problem. A lot of the time they would be talking for like 20 minutes and there's nothing going through the microphone. Great. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. Right. Right, I don't want to go on and on about talking about PCs because obviously there are things that we can talk about. We can go on about PCs, forever. I will take a look, Modest. I'll take a look. I certainly take a look. But I've been watching a lot of anime lately, so it's just crazy. All right, so let's take a look at this trailer. So, Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. Let's have a look. Let's see what it's like. Just make sure you can't hear me.
Ryland Grace. I just woke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment. And I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. With the rest of us. The sun is dying. You are the only scientist who might know what this says.
I'm just a teacher at Grover Cleveland Middle.
You have a doctorate in molecular biology. I need you to come with us. This is Project Hail Mary. The sun is not the only star dying. Every star was infected by its neighbor, except one.
Why?
We don't know.
Which is why we built a ship to go there and find out.
It's 11.9 light years away. The astronauts die in space.
It's what you Americans would call a long shot.
Hail Mary. I get it. Who on earth is going to sign up for this?
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
I put the knot in astronaut. I've never done anything. I've never done a space. I can't even moonwalk. I understand the stakes. I do. My place is in the classroom.
The world is counting on you.
This might be very hard for you to understand. But some people are not good at things.
You know who you are. You're gonna do great.
I conquered zero G in 5 hours.
Object approaching.
Oh my God. I met an alien. He's kind of growing on me. At least not growing in me, you know, which was a concern for a little while.
Interesting. I mean, I did watch it before, but the first time I kept thinking to myself, Interstellar, or what was that Adam Sandler one? What was that Adam Sandler one? But yeah, I mean, I get feelings that it's like Interstellar crossed with that Adam Sandler movie where he's an astronaut on his own. This is the problem these days, is that they tend to try and mimic something that's come before. Sunshine meets the Martian. Yeah, I mean, for this one it's Sunshine because obviously it's to do with the sun dying, and the Martian because, you know, he's on his way. Yeah, makes sense. But I mean, you got to admit it's got a feel of the Adam Sandler one. I can't remember, what is it called? I can't remember what it was called. What was it? Spaceman. Simple title, Spaceman. And I forgot it. I mean, if you and you know, if they're trying to go on success by doing something very that, you know, that has a feeling just like with Spaceman. You said so what, David? Yeah. I must have found it around the same time that you sent the chat. Yeah. I mean, look, this is a 5.7. Spaceman had a 5.7 rating. You know, and if you look at the numbers, 20.3% of people gave it 6. That's the problem. I mean, Spaceman didn't do that well. It's not because of Adam Sandler, but you know, because people are disillusioned nowadays when it comes to sci-fi. They don't see it as being as good as it used to be. I mean, sci-fi used to be so much better back in the day, so much better. And you know, I just wish it would go back to the way it was. You know, not with and I wish they wouldn't just copy and paste. You know, copy and paste ideas. It's like, oh wait, I got an idea for a movie. It's just like this one, so we can use this script and just change a few things around. You know, change some character names, change a few lines. No one will notice. And then what do we get? More terrible Marvel. Trying to make the same movie again, but they fail to make the same story work again. Because we're not stupid. We know what we want. We want good entertainment. There was another one mentioned, wasn't there? The Running Man. Running Man. Let's have a look for Running Man. Is there the official Paramount Pictures? Running Man. Okay, I think I've got that paused. Is it paused? I think it's paused. Buffering. There we go. Right. So, I mean, is this going to be... I mean, I wonder if this one's going to be like when they remade... I had it in my head a second ago, but I can't remember now. I lost it. It was... don't expect a remake of the Iron Man. No, exactly, because that's the one. You know exactly what one I was thinking of. Total Recall. I mean, I liked Total Recall, the remake, but it's not the same as the original. So, I mean, you can't think of the remake and say, I watched Total Recall. It was outstanding. So it's a good film. It just wasn't as great as the original. So, you know, is this going to be another one of that? is this going to be the same? Is this going to be like, oh yeah, it's Running Man? It's like, yeah, but it's not as good as the original. Just like the Battlestar Galactica remake was good, sure, it was a good show, but it was a lot away from the original Battlestar Galactica. You know, does that make sense? I mean, I loved Battlestar Galactica growing up, so I watched reruns over and over and over. Whenever it was on, Battlestar Galactica, boom, there it is. There it was. I was watching it whenever I could. But I'm not. I mean, with the remake, visually outstanding. Yes, they kept to the stories, but they gender swapped Starbuck, which in my opinion was stupid because Starbuck was originally supposed to have. Because also, Adama was supposed in the original had a daughter working on the bridge. But the problem is in the remake they couldn't have Adama's son and daughter be attracted to each other, could they? Because when Apollo ended up with what's her name? Bollocks. What's the one? What was the girl? Serena. No, Serena was before. That was Apollo's original love interest in the original series, but in the remake, they ended up having Apollo marry Duala, and Duala is actually based on the character that was actually Adama's daughter in the original, who was supposed to originally be Starbuck's love interest, because she was in love with Starbuck, and Starbuck had a thing for her, but he was after other women. Athena, yeah, she became known as Athena later on, didn't she? In the original, I mean, but in the remake, they completely changed things up because Athena ended up being the other. I can't think of the name. It's right there. The other. Damn it. Because Athena was the other. You can tell this ain't scripted, right? Yeah. Grace Park's character, Boomer. That's it. Because Boomer was originally a guy, as well. Yeah, Boomer. Yeah, exactly. And we didn't have Muffet. I missed Muffet in the remake. There was no Muffet. Although Muffet got mentioned by Boxy. Is it Boxy? I think it was Boxy. Is it Boxy? The kid's name was Boxy in the original series, wasn't it? I can't remember. Damn it. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, it was Boxy. Because Boomer and Athena are the same Cylon. They're the same. They're sixes. Are they sixes? No, they're five. I can't remember what number they are though. Anyway, he became Captain Troy in Galactica 8. Yeah, exactly. He became Captain. Exactly. So I mean, the changes they made, I can understand why they did it. They did it for reasons. But I would have preferred if they kept things the way they were because it made sense in the original series. It's just the way it's presented in the original series is not up to modern scratch. If that makes any sense, it's like if they made Bailey, shush. It's like if they made if they finally remade Buck Rogers, which is already a remake of William Rogers, wasn't it? William Rogers with the original, and then it became. Then they did a Buck Rogers series, and then they did the new one in the 70s, which is the 80s, which came Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Anyway, whatever. All I know is that the Earth Starfighter in Battlestar in Buck Rogers in the 20th century was the original design for the Viper in Battlestar Galactica as well. I wish they hadn't changed the original Vipers. The original Vipers were the Mark I Viper, Whereas the ones that we see at in Battlestar Galactica, they start off with the Mark II, which didn't make sense to me, because what did the Mark One look like in the new one then? What was the Mark One? And the design of Galactica herself, beautiful redesign. But was it my imagination, or was the original Battlestar Galactica much bigger than the one we got in the remake? I think I remember that they said that the original Battlestar Galactica was like 5 miles long or something. I think it's actually referenced in an episode that it's 5 miles long. I think it is. I think that's how it's. I think it was referenced at 5 miles. Anyway, I'll have to go back and watch the entire series, which I wouldn't mind doing. I wouldn't mind doing at all. You thought it was a mile? The Mark 1 didn't have go faster stripes. In fact, the Mark 2 didn't have go faster stripes in was it Razor? No, yeah, it was Razor, wasn't it? Which was the flashback for Adonna. Stream it online, possibly. The problem is that I'll start watching it and I won't want to stop, and that'll be a hell of a long stream because I won't stop until I've watched all of it. Essentially, I'll probably only stop when I need to sleep. Right, so should we take a look at this trailer for Running Man? I think that will be interesting to see, because I haven't watched it yet. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm looking forward to Alien Earth as well. But let's have a look at this trailer, and then we'll see about it. Desktop audio down to 50%. Yep. Right, mute microphone so you can't hear me.
Stop filming me!
Ben Richards, 35, married, 1 child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status, blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright! Set it free! Welcome to the Running Man!
People on these games never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed, so kiss my ass twice.
Right there is why you can win this game. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit! Yes! Hunt him down! Stop filming me!
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
You might be moving up too fast.
Hey, buddy. You're on Freebie.
You better run! I got a grenade!
Back at you.
I'm still here, you shit eaters. Hey, big crazy?
That looks terrible. Is it just me? Or does that not look anything like the original? It doesn't even deserve to have the same title. You say it looks good, Modest. You think it looks okay? I don't know. I don't know how I don't think that's going to be any good. It might be okay. It might be okay, but I don't think it's going to be worth the hype. I mean, it looks almost entirely different. I mean, the Running Man was a concept, right? The concept of the Running Man is he's put into a place, a maze, where he's hunted by, certain people, like, was it Mr. Freeze, or what was his name, Electro and stuff like that. I mean, I don't see any evidence there that it's anything like that. It's a popcorn action film. Yeah, it would be. I could imagine people are going to go and see it. A lot of people will want to go and see it, that's for sure. But it's not doing anything for me. What I mean, when it comes to the title of The Running Man, I don't think. Might be more based on the novels. That's true. That's true. A lot of the old action films that were based on novels were actually very different. That is true, and they have been going back and looking at the monitors, looking at the novels, and thinking about adapting them more. Edgar Wright, so will probably be a decent watch. Yeah. I mean, I think 30 days is too long. You think 30 days is too long? Okay. But yeah, the concept. I don't know. I don't know about the concept. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if it is closer to the book, then I'll accept it. I mean, I haven't read the book myself, but I mean, if they stick more closer to the novel for something like this, then fine. But if you're the thing is, Running Man, the title for a movie, it's kind of nostalgic for me specifically. I mean, I remember watching the Running Man with my dad and a few of my mates as well over the years. The Long Walk, but yeah, no, there's loads. Uh, yeah, nothing like the original, but it still looks good fun. It could be fun. That's true. It could be just a fun movie, but I mean, I don't think it's going to break the box office. That's what I'm saying. It very well might do, but I don't think so. The Purge meets John Wick. What's this last season's losers? Exodus? What's that? What do you mean by that? I think it more like a battle royale with the whole world chasing them. Yeah, but we've had films like that before. I mean, um, a quick look. I'm just looking for something specific. Um, um, I don't think I'll be able to find it. I don't think I'm going to find the specific one I'm looking for. That one. Oh, that was it. No. Well, I won't take my attention away too long. Yeah, there are. It feels like a bunch of. I mean, there was actually, yeah, there is a way that I can find it. Actually, hold on a minute. It's got someone specific in it. So yeah, when you say something like that, Quite surprising how many has been boss level. There you go. To me, it's. I feel it's like boss level. Have you seen boss level? I've got a feeling like that in from it as well. Boss level was meant to be funny. That guy stuck in a time loop. Every time he died, you wake up, and at the same time, every day the same thing happens. A helicopter starts shooting through his window. A guy, every time he opens his eyes, there's a guy standing over him with a knife trying to kill him. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you saw boss level. No. It was actually quite an interesting film. It's just, I mean, it had a lot of controversy because obviously it had Mel Gibson in it. He wasn't in it an awful lot, but the fact that he was in it, and people, he has said a few things in his time that, and done things in his time that people, are turned off by, obviously. But he's constantly getting work. That's the thing. If you play Star, I'm here. Yeah. I mean, The Grey, that was a good film as well. I liked The Grey. Pretty good. The whole time they're trying to survive, they're getting hunted by wolves. I liked that. I did like that. Especially some of the scenes where they jump off of a cliff and try and catch onto a tree, and someone just doesn't manage to catch on and just ends up falling, breaking every bone in his body by the time he hits the floor. That was great. Great scene. Kind of like one of those scenes where you see it, was it Meet Joe Black, I think? You see Brad Pitt walking down the road and he goes to cross the road and he gets hit by one car and then bounces off another, that sort of thing. We've seen The Electric State. I have. I think I have once. I think I watched it one. But not. No, I haven't actually. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I started watching it. I did start watching it. I got about. I guess I got about half an hour in, and I was just like turned off. I turned off because I kind of lost interest. It's like, really? Yeah. Yeah, I watched about half an hour of it, I think. I don't think it's the story so much that put me off. I think it was I think it was Millie that put me off it. I think the way that she was in it, the way that she's acting in it. If that makes any sense. I was at cinema to watch New Jurassic World. Yeah, any good? What do you think? I'm hearing bad things about it. I'm hearing it's not that great. It's meh. Yeah, stands to reason. I didn't have high hopes for it because specifically because um, they did originally say that they were not going to make any more Jurassic films, but they were considering different periods, bringing creatures from different periods. So we would have had like paleotronic. Is it paleotronic? I can't remember what the words are. Millie was good in Damsel. Really? Millie was good in Damsel. But then you got to bear in mind, I mean, was Damsel even a good film? I mean, I'm looking at Electric State here on IMDb. It's got 5.9 rating, which, as we know from looking at earlier, it's not a good rating. But 24% give it a 6. Yeah, but then she girl bosses her way out of it, and I think the girl boss is dead, essentially. No one's going to be that interested in watching a girl boss anymore. I mean, if you liked Damsel, then you probably liked, was it The Princess? Is it Princess? Is it The Princess? I think it's The Princess. Princess. Yeah, The Princess, one with Joey King. Where she's at the top of a tower and she's got to fight her way to the bottom to save her family. Blah, 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 blah. It's all girl boss stuff. I mean, people don't want girl bosses anymore. The age of the girl boss is dead. Bring them back properly. If you want a girl boss, then look at Alien and Aliens. Look at how they are. They're not girl bosses. I mean, they're just, survivors. I mean, that's what you want. You don't want a girl that can beat the crap. A girl that is so tiny, a tiny girl beating the shit out of people that are 2-3 times her size and weight. Don't forget. It's ridiculous. The dragon was cool. Yes, the dragon was cool. So yeah, I have seen it. That's why I can comment on it. But Millie was just Millie. She wasn't anyone else. I mean, anything you've watched her in, there's not much of a difference in her acting style. I mean, essentially, I thought she was a lot like she was in, what was it? Can't think of it. What was the title? What was the title? What was the title? Is it Enola Holmes? That's the one I'm trying to think of. She reminded me of what she's like in Enola Holmes, just without without breaking the fourth wall, third wall. Is it the fourth wall or third wall? Fourth wall, isn't it? Yeah. Exactly. Cutthroat Island was good. She was a girl boss, but she wasn't overwhelmingly a girl boss. As long as you're talking about the original Cutthroat Island. Am I remembering the wrong one? Yeah, you're talking about the 95 Cutthroat Island, right? The one with Gina Davis. That the one you're talking about? Cutthroat Island? But yeah, I've always liked that film. Yeah, that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've always liked that film. But I mean, she's not one of the girl boss that goes around beating the shit out of everyone. That's every guy she sees. I mean, she doesn't fight her uncle because she's scared of her uncle. That's the point. And she has the struggle as well. The struggle is there. Whereas a lot of the time, the struggle is not there. It's like in The Princess, she's taught how to fight by an Asian woman. So a Chinese woman teaches a European kung fu. Really? Your favorite actress is Eva Green. Really? Really? Specifically, what has Eva Green done that you've enjoyed so much? Exactly, the new girl boss. They are the women. Women are invincible as girl bosses nowadays. Exactly, invincible. I mean, they don't have the struggle. I mean, Ripley had a struggle, you know, which was, I think, the largest struggle she had was in Aliens, and then she did have a slight struggle in Alien, because she was being undermined by people below her and people of equal rank and whatever. So she was being undermined at the same time as being right, just being correct. It's the way she should have been. They should have listened to her. I mean, she was the pilot as well, so that was a bonus. A female pilot. Penny Dreadful, Kingdom of Heaven, Sin City. I mean, I remember her in Kingdom of Heaven. I remember her in a bunch of stuff, but I wouldn't say that she's one of my favourites. Eva Green, I mean. Yeah. Kingdom of Heaven was good, but it wasn't great. There are things that I could break apart, but I won't bother. Start with Casino Royale, really. Dumbo, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now that I didn't like. 300 Rise of the Empire, Rise of an Empire, Dark Shadows. She was good in Dark Shadows. Yeah, that night might have existed in real time, but in real life, but it's based on something that there's no way of knowing what actually happened. TV series of Camelot. Morgan. She was Morgan Le Fay in Camelot. Which Camelot is that? When King Uther dies and Britain faces chaos. I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen her version of Camelot. Huh. I might have to take a look at that. 10 episodes from 2011. 2011, that's probably why I haven't seen it. I hope you can't hear that. My stomach's going. I haven't had my dinner. 6.5 rating for Camelot. Clone, Cracks, Solace. Yeah, she was Vesper again. The Piano Teacher, Dreamers. So there's not an awful lot in her history that stands out to me. I mean, obviously, Kingdom of Heaven, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, yeah, definitely. She's not even memorable in The Golden Compass. Dark Shadows, yeah, she was good. Yeah, I agree. She's a good actress, but I mean, she hasn't been in a lot that stands out to me. That's all. I mean, there's some here that I just haven't bothered watching. Yeah. I mean, she's in bloody The Three Musketeers as well, isn't she? From 2023. Milady, which I've never bothered watching. No, I mean, she's not that good. I mean, a lot of people say that about one of my favorite. I mean, I don't have a specific favorite actor or actress. I have these. I have some that I follow because I remember when I first saw them, like Chloe Grace Moretz. The first time I saw her, I think was Kick-Ass, and that's when I watched. That's when I watched Let Me In. I think that was her version of that, wasn't it? I can't remember which one came out first, but I remember watching Kick-Ass in the theatre. Oh, who wouldn't think of Jack Sparrow? Who wouldn't like Jack Sparrow? In fact, I remember Chloe Grace Moretz from something older. Which one was it? I remember her from Amityville Horror. Yes, that was the first time I saw her, I think, was Amityville Horror. And then I saw, just making sure I get the order right, The Eye, but I didn't realise it had her in it. What else? What was the next one? Kick-Ass. Yeah, Kick-Ass. Then Let Me In. But when I saw her in Kick-Ass, I thought to myself, well, she's got potential. I think she can be a very popular actress later on. And if you look up at some of the stuff that she's done, I mean, she's been in a lot of good movies. Captain Jack Sparrow, yeah. Yet she's also been in some bad movies, just like any other actor. Just getting, the ones that are bad, they're just her going for the paycheck, essentially, just like everyone else. Of course, I've heard of him. Captain Jack Sparrow. Who hasn't? Pirates of the Caribbean. Good old Johnny Depp. Great character, great actor. And yeah, I have Amber heard of him. You get it? Amber heard of him. Wow, an hour and 45 minutes. Gone by quickly, it really has. I want to do these more often. I just don't know how often I can do it. But about the time, was the start time any good for people that are here from the beginning? So is 7 o'clock a good time? Be good to know. Otherwise it'll be too late. I think 7 o'clock is a good time to start these. I want to start doing these more often. More just hangouts and stuff. Just talk. See what else. See what's new. I mean, have you guys even seen the trailer for Dexter Reborn? Sorry, Dexter Resurrection, I should say, not Reborn. It's fine, cool. I'm just glad that they got Michael C. Hall in for resurrecting his Dexter character. See if I can find a proper trailer. Right, Dexter on Paramount Plus with Showtime. Canada. Just want to see if there's any other ones. Screen rant. Right. So here we are. Dexter on Paramount Plus with Showtime. Right. Pause it. So have you guys seen Dexter? You don't watch Dexter? Oh, that's a shame. I mean, it's a good show. It's a really, really good show. I mean, you're literally following you know, Dexter is a serial killer after all. You've not watched any of it? I would highly recommend at least one watch because I think it's like 5 seasons of the original of Dexter. I think it was 5 seasons. Hold on, guys. I'll be back in a second.
I'll be back before too long. Gonna find where I belong. Taking time to heal my soul till the pieces make me whole. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean. I'll be standing strong and true, facing skies of brightest blue. Every storm I will push through. I'll be back to shine with you. Days go by like passing trains, washing down the past like rain, building up what time has slain, stronger from the joy and pain. Walking down this lonely street, memories beneath my feet. Every step feels bittersweet, but I know what I must mean. I'll be standing strong and true, facing skies of bright.
Sorry about that, guys. Give us a second. I'll be back on cam. Forgot to mute the microphone that time. Yeah, I had thing with the cat. I heard a noise. The problem is sometimes there's a noise goes on outside, and it sounds exactly like my cat in distress. So. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back. Sometimes having a cat, or two cats, is crazy. And a dog that just lays there cleaning himself. It's crazy. Doesn't really bother doing anything else, to be honest. Except eating, peeing, and poop. That's it. It's a shame you haven't watched Dexter, Stanleys, because I think it's a really good show, and I definitely highly recommend watching it at least once. It's not the type of show you would constantly want to watch over and over every time. You know, maybe every couple of years, possibly. I'll watch it. It's kind of like for me, it's like Chuck. Has anyone seen that show, Chuck? Chuck was good. I liked Chuck. In 2007, Zachary Levi, Ivana Strahovski, and I think who was it that was in it as well? Adam Baldwin. Is it Adam Baldwin? Yeah, yeah. You want the guy that played Jane in Firefly. Heard of it, never saw it. It's a shame. Yvonne Strahovski, who was in Chuck, was also in an episode of Dexter as well. Jerry Ryan was in Dexter, so they got quite a few stars in to have a part. Might have been a bit part, but you know, had a part. Hmm. You watched some of Chuck when it came out, not since. I mean, it's still a good show. I wouldn't mind them reprising that into a movie and having them all come back and do a movie because, I mean, I'll kind of spoil it for you if you wanted to watch it, but at the end, like Sarah, Yvonne Strahovski's character, loses her memory of everything that's happened. So it would be nice to see the cast come back together and do a movie. I mean, it was like 5 seasons, I think. For so yeah, 5 seasons for Chuck. I mean, these are shows that did really well as well. I mean, Chuck, Dexter. I mean, the popularity of Dexter alone was insane. You can pick that up on the microphone, I think. Can you hear him? That's the dog. Hey! Hey, stop! Grooming. How annoying. See, Chuck was at 8.2% rating. Dexter's 8.6. 96 episodes. 8 seasons for Dexter. I forgot about it. I thought it was 5. It's 8. Wow. You've seen Chucky. Who hasn't seen Chucky? I mean, if you haven't seen Chucky, you need to see Chucky. But I'm talking about the original Chucky, you know, the original Child's Play Chucky, not the modern day Chucky. Not the 2021 Chucky. That was just nothing compared to the original from the Child's Play franchise. But they call it the Chucky franchise, but it's actually Child's Play because that's the title of the original film. Chucky was just the doll. But in the 2021, in 2021 they had the series of Chucky as well, didn't they? Was that you saw about the series? The series was actually not that bad. It wasn't terrible. But they did do a movie, which is what I was talking about a second ago. They did the movie. When was their movie? Bailey, stop it. I'm going to have to put you in another room. Am I thinking of the Cult of Chucky? I might be thinking of the Cult of Chucky. Which was a continuation of the movies. The original and the remake. Yeah, I like the originals. I like the originals. Kind of like Friday the 13th. The remake was okay, but it wasn't the Jason that I knew and loved from the franchise of Friday the 13th. I think the only reboot that I've actually really liked was probably Halloween. I liked the reboot of Halloween over the originals. But I think that's I'm biased because I do not like what's her name? I do not like Jamie Lee Curtis for some reason. Don't ask me why. I just don't. I just don't like her at all. Like I said, don't ask why. I just don't. I think I'm going to have to go back and watch the series because I don't think I've seen all of them. I've seen most of them, I think. I don't think I've seen all of them. Or at least I haven't seen this season 3. I don't think I've seen season 3 of Chucky. Nutcase. Interesting. So what would you pick? Friday the 13th or Halloween? Which would you pick is better out of the two? And yes, Jamie Lee Curtis is definitely overrated. David, no! It's Friday the 13th for me all the way, but from part two. Part one is a great start to the franchise, but part two, when Jason first goes active, that's the best. That's why I don't like the remake, because it took his mother out of the equation pretty much. Because the whole point of Jason was that he was originally avenging the death of his mother that he witnessed. I will always pick Friday the 13th over Halloween. Always. They were written about the same time. If I remember rightly, they were written the same time, and in different studios. They were on the desks in a pile. And then Halloween came out, and the only reason Friday the 13th happened was because of Halloween's success. But I would have preferred it to be the other way round, because I think that it would have been a lot better, because they were written at the same time. They were just, Halloween was just happened to be at the top of a pile at a certain time. So Halloween ended up getting the slight lead on Friday the 13th. But I think Friday the 13th has a hell of a lot more a lot more movies than Halloween, I think. Which one is that? You mean Buster Rhymes? You mean Halloween Resurrection? Yeah, I've seen that. I have seen it. Mm. Okay, so I remember when I was young, there were only 3 horror franchises that people were even interested in. There was Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street. There were only 3 horror franchises that people were really interested in when I was younger. Which of the 3 do you prefer? Because I know you've already said Halloween over Friday the 13th, but what if you throw, Freddy Krueger into the mix? Hmm? Hmm. Interesting. Halloween by a mile. Halloween would be in 3rd place. Friday the 13th in 1st. And Nightmare on Elm Street would be 2nd for me. That would be my list. I don't even think I could add to it either. Scream wouldn't be on my list. I'm trying to think of what horror movies or slasher movies specifically would I have on my top 5. I've named 3, and in order. Friday the 13th is number 1. Halloween is number 3. Nightmare on Elm Street number 2. What would be 4 and 5? Interesting. Evil Dead? No. Return of the Living Dead? Nope. Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Not really, no. I mean, I only need two. I need to think of two. That's it. Just two. Two horror stroke slasher movies. Franchises. Not necessarily just movies, franchises. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I can't think of them. I can't remember what horror films had, well, what horror franchises there were back in those days. 'Cause I'm not talking about modern day stuff either. I'm talking about stuff when I was growing up. Interesting. I remember My Bloody Valentine. I remember. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I remember Shriek. Not Shriek, If You Know What I Did. That's a different. That's a comedy. I'm talking about a proper horror slasher movie. It. I hated it. It was terrible. The original and the remake. Terrible. Not scary at all. And the entire concept was. I hated it. Scarecrow's as the main bad guy. Which one are you thinking of? Are you thinking about Pumpkinhead? Because there's a few Pumpkinhead movies. Yeah, who was that? I mean, I wonder. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah. Um, what else was there? Because we had Pumpkinhead, then you had. I think there was Return of the Pumpkinhead, and I think there was another one after that. There are B movies. B movies. A lot of really good horror movies are actually just B movies. Because they just couldn't get the budget for slasher films back in the day, so they ended up having a certain limited amounts. Whereas the larger franchises, they would always get more money. Trying to think what other ones there were. Hellraiser, yeah, Hellraiser. Um, Phantasm. I kind of like the idea of the ball in Phantasm, especially when it goes in the back of someone's head and comes out the mouth. That was funny as shit. That was funny as hell. That was. There was it Shriekers? Is it Shriekers? No, Screamers. I'm trying to think of Screamers. That wasn't a bad film with the machines under the ground that on a different planet. Waxworks, yeah, they had two movies. Hmm. There are loads. I can only put three in my top five. Oh, that's funny shit. Yeah. What else is there? Hmm. I would say Dexter, but it's not technically a horror or slasher. I mean, it's more of a sort of social drama or something. Would you say it's social drama-ish? House horror comedy. Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, we also had the beginning of the Resident Evil movies as well, which technically you could class as a horror, although not really. Um, I liked the Resident Evil movies up to a certain point. You know, was it the second one? I thought was not worth doing. But then, you know, most of them are actually most of the Resident Evil movies were actually really good. But you know, you do get, I think, like 2 or 3 of them are not that good. Silence of the Lambs, yeah. Then you got Hannibal, more than one movie. Didn't they also have a movie of just called Clarice? No, was Clarice a movie or a series? Because then you got the series of Hannibal that came out as well. But there was a series or a movie called Clarice, wasn't there? I think it was a series, wasn't it? I can't remember. Clarice. I think I'm spelling it right. Clarice. Yeah, 2021. Clarice. There we go. Yeah, personal story of FBI agent Clarice Starling as she returns to the field about a year after the events of the Silence of the Lambs. I don't think I've watched that though, because I think I watched. Did I watch some of it? I think I watched some of it. Maybe the first 2 episodes. I'll have to go back and watch that, I think. You think it was Kurtzman? Was it Kurtzman? It was. It was Alex Kurtzman and Jenny LeMay. That's probably what put me off about it, because it's Kurtzman. That's probably why I stopped watching it after a couple of episodes. Yeah, it was Kurtzman. But I mean, I don't say I'll never say Kurtzman is not a potentially good creator. It's just that he is not a fan of Star Wars. Star Trek. He's not a fan of Star Trek. He's worked on a movie with J.J. Abrams for Star Trek, and then that's what his entire idea of Star Trek is. That's that's what I think. But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't say that he's terrible at creating anything. He's just not the right choice. He never was the right choice for Star Trek. But yeah, Stanley's, it definitely was Kurtzman. Jeepers Creepers. Manhunter, Red Dragon, part of Silence of the Lamb. Yeah, exactly. I think was Red Dragon was a sequel. One of them was a prequel, wasn't it? Was Manhunter a prequel? Can't remember. Jeepers Creepers is okay. I got Clarice up on IMDb, and they play the trailer, and because I've sat there and it's run through, it's now asking me to put in my date of birth, because the video is not intended for all audiences. It's funny because it already played it through once. The Ring. Now, if you're talking about the original, was it the Japanese one? Yeah. The remake, the only good thing about that was Sarah Michelle Gellar. And I think that was The Ring, wasn't it? The first Ring had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, I think. The rest westernization. I think it's the Japanese one. Is it the Japanese one's Ringu? Oh, not The Ring. Am I thinking of the right one? The Ring with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Have I got that wrong? I'm seeing Naomi Watts, but I'm pretty sure I remember Sarah Michelle Gellar in something similar. Why am I thinking of? Oh, that's it. The Grudge. I was thinking of The Grudge, wasn't I? With Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's why. That is why. Thank you. Yeah, because The Grudge is one I was thinking of. Which was actually boring as hell. There's actually an anime that I was watching. I think it was a month ago, last month, something like that. It was called. I can't remember the name, but the main character had. Well, they were in a school. Obviously, it was anime, manga actually. Funny. Um, they're in a school, and this girl has long black hair, and she's treated just like the character in Ringu. I forget the name of the character that they kept getting her name wrong because her real name was similar to it. And they start out and they have her play a ghost. It's actually pretty good. But you got to like anime in that specific type. Saw. See, I was never that keen on Saw. I mean, the first one is okay, but I feel that they milked it too much. I feel that they continued milking it over and over and over. But the first one was okay, but the rest, it was just they went too far. They certainly went too far, in my opinion. It's my opinion. I can't believe the stream's still going without any issues. It still says an excellent connection. Fascinating. Although the average view duration doesn't look very good. It says 25 minutes. We'll get that changed. Hang on. I'll check the view numbers. Views. Interesting. More views than I expected. But not as much as I was hoping. Anyway. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I haven't had anything to eat for dinner today, so I need to go and have something to eat. So I think I'm going to call it there, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this live. I hope I haven't bored you with any of this stuff. But yeah, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. It seriously helps us out, and if you fancy helping us out even more, you click on the link in the post pinned in the chat, and you can support us via Streamlabs or check out the merch in the store. But yeah, please do at least do the minimum, which is the like and subscribe. It seriously helps us out. I'm on the road to 250, so yeah, help us out with that. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching David B, Stanley's, Steve, Toik, that old Yorkshire geek, and who else we had? We've had, I said the Stanleys, Patchouli, Gillian, Nunnian von Romulus. I hope I've said that right. Who was Edward Teach? Thanks for popping in. Is there anyone else I haven't mentioned? I think there was one. I think he was in and out. Where are you? Where are you? Will I be able to find you? Modest, thank you for staying with us. I can't find you. Oh well. Well, until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, and may the Schwartz be with you always.
West. React with all your insight. Review what feels so right. Criticize the light. Movie shining bright. My opinion is mine. Like a never-ending call. Watch them rise and fall. Stories big and small. Screens light up the hall. I will say it all. React with all your sight. Review the day and night. Criticizes the light. Shows that steal the light. My opinion stands